let's look into operators. So there are few types of operators. Okay, one is arithmetic. Okay, number two is comparison. Number three is logical. Number four is special operators. Right? So we're gonna start with the arithmetic first. Yeah, I think I don't need to go in depth there because you all already know x is equals to 10, y is equals to 5, z is equals to 3. Okay, so print x plus y. And what is this? This is addition. Okay, print x minus y. And this is subtraction. So obviously addition will give you 15. Subtraction will give you 5. Okay, print x multiply with y. And of course, this is multiplication. So you will get 50. Okay, and print, now I am not actually going to use y. I'm actually going to use z. So x divided by z. Right? So this is division. Okay, you end up with floating point value. So it will be 3.3333333 like that. Right? But we do have two more operators, and one is actually the modulus operator. What is a modulus operator? So I think I should talk about slash first, then I should talk about the modulus operator. Okay, quite simple and straightforward. I will explain that. We actually know all these things, but anyway, maybe some of you forgot already, don't know, right? Okay, guys, this is our 10. So when we do division, right? When we actually do division, okay, let's say I want to divide the number 10 by 3, yeah? 10 by 3. So 3 3s are 9, right? And the remainder is 1, right? The remainder is 1. Okay, so if you want to get this 3, yeah? If you want to get this 3, right? If you want to get this 3, then you actually have to say 10 slash 3. Okay, right? 10 slash 3, which actually gives you this 3. Guys, what is this 3? Don't get confused here because both are actually 3. So don't get confused. Okay, so this is this 3. Okay, and this is this 10, yeah? Okay, yeah, so you get 3. So to get this 3, you actually have to say 10 slash 3, 10 is this, 10 is this. Okay, right? I don't want you to get confused lah. Okay, guys. And this is this 3, then you get this 3. Right? Okay, if you want to get this 1, then you actually have to say 10 modulus of 3. 10 modulus of 3. That gives you this 1. So this is the modulus operator. Modulus operator, or we call that, we technically, we call it as percentage operator, but in Python, it is actually called modulus operator, which gives you the remainder. So whenever you want the remainder out of a division, then you use the modulus operator. All right. So I will copy this and I will paste it here for your reference. Okay, suddenly if you don't understand what is this slash slash will do, then you actually can slash slash will do. So this is a slash slash, which will actually give you 3. And then modulus of 3, which will actually give you 1. Yeah, give you 1. I think now you got the idea. All right, that's it. I want to run this. You can see 15, 5, 50, 3.33333333. Okay, and then 3 floor division is a 3 and modulus, the remainder is 1. And the exponentiation is actually 1000, which is actually nothing but 10 multiply with 10 multiply with 10. That actually gives you 1000. So this is arithmetic operators. So now let's look at comparison operators. So I have x is equals to 10. And then y is equals to 5. Z is also equals to 10. So now what we want to do, okay, let us create, okay, comparison. This is comparison operators. Okay, when you apply comparison operator, the results are always Boolean. Okay, either true or false. The results are always, Boolean. Whereas the arithmetic operators, the results are always a number. Okay, whereas the results out of arithmetic operators are always numbers. Yeah, numbers. So they are all are numbers. Yeah, they are numbers. Okay, but we're going to see the comparison. Okay, let's create true statements using all the comparison operators. True statements, yeah. So that means after you execute the operator, after you execute, it must always return true. So look at this. So I want to say print x is less than y. Okay, print. Is this less? Yeah, no. X is greater than, because guys, we want true, yeah? We want true to come out. All is supposed to be true. So print, now y is less than x. Okay, so this is also true. This is also true. Okay, now print x double time equals to z, which is also true. X is, so this is actually, x is greater than y. Okay, and here y is less than x. Okay, and here x is equals to z. And here x is not equals to y. And then x is greater than or equals to z, which is also true. greater than. Hey, it's not greater, but it is equals to. No, it is not greater, but it is equals to. Okay, X is less than or equals to Z. True. So when I actually run this, you can see all true, 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 true is actually coming up. Okay, right? And all of them are actually comparison operators. Okay, now we're going to look at logical operators. Right? The logical operators here, we have something called truth table. Right? To understand, we have something called truth table. So the first logical operator we're going to look at is AND. So if you have true and true, then you will get the result as true, which equals to true. Okay, true and false, okay, will always give you false. Okay, what if I have false and true? Again, it is false. Okay, what if I say false and false? Obviously, it is false. Yeah, it is false. So this is what we call it as truth table of AND operator. So let me give you an example. I want to book a hotel room. Okay, so what I do, okay, I go to booking.com and search for hotel rooms. Okay, my criteria, yeah, my condition, the room must be the room rental must be less than my budget, and the hotel must be greater than or equals to my preferred star, yeah, my preferred star. So not 3-star hotel, 4-star hotel, 5-star hotel. So I'm saying my preferred star, if let's say it's a 3, that means you're supposed to find a hotel room which is less than, the rental is less than my budget, but the star is more than or equals to, greater than or equals to my preferred. So if I say 3-star, then the hotel room can be 3-star, 4-star, 5-star, 6-star, 7-star, whatever. Yeah, but it must be greater than or equals to my preferred star, which is actually 3. So let's try to do this example. Yeah, my budget is 150. Okay, my star is equals to 3. So I go to booking.com, search for hotel room. Okay, I got a hotel room. So hotel rental is 140. Hotel rent, yeah, hotel rent is 140, or room rent, yeah, room rent is 140. Hotel star is 4. So if so, create an expression that returns true. True means I am going to book the room. Guys, so look at this here. So room rent is obviously less than my budget. And the hotel star is also greater than my preferred star, which is 3. So the hotel star is so 4. Wow, this is actually a very good deal. So now we need to create an expression and see whether it returns true or not. So the hotel rent must be less than my budget. And, sorry, not hotel rent, yeah, room rent. My budget. And room rent must be less than my budget. And hotel star must be greater than my star. Okay, so print, yeah, print. Look at this. This expression actually returns true, meaning we can straight away go and book that room. So this is how you use the AND operator. So when these logical operators are actually used, okay, when you have more than one condition to check. That means, more than one condition to check, we use logical operators. So the first logical operator is AND. Okay, we do have another logical operator, which is OR. Okay, we're going to try that now. Okay, so I want to start with the truth table. So truth table for OR operator. So OR, okay, OR, and OR. Okay. OR means either one is true, then it is actually true. So in this case, the second one is also true. The third one is also true. Only the fourth one is actually false. So if either one of the condition is true, okay, it is true. Okay, if it is true, then we can actually perform the action that we want. So in the second case, we are actually going to discuss something like, I want to purchase, I want to buy television, and my budget is 1455.55. Or I can put 1500, yeah, 1500. Okay. However, if the brand is Sony, because I like Sony, so if the brand is a Sony, I don't really think about the price. So that means, you see, if the TV price is less than 1500, and if it is not a Sony brand, I will still buy. So if it's a Samsung TV, but the price is 1400, I will buy the TV. Meaning, yeah, if the television is a Samsung, okay, and the television price is 1,400, okay, I will buy the television. Okay, if the television is Sony and the television price is 1,700, I will buy the television. That's understood, right? I will buy the television. I still buy the television. Right? However, if the television is Samsung and the television price is 1,700, so both condition become false already. Yeah. So I will not buy the television since both condition returns false. So let's try this. So here, my budget is 1,500. Okay. My brand is Sony. Television price is 1,700. Television price, yeah. Television brand is equals to Sony. I will still buy. Correct, right? I will still buy. So television price is less than my budget, or it's not and yeah, or television brand is equals to my brand. So let's try with the print. Yes, since one condition is a success, so this will actually return false. However, this will return true. False or true is true. So look at this, yeah? So which is actually true. But if the television happens to be Samsung, it will return false. However, if the price is 1,400, it will return true. So you can play with this, yeah? So you can see the OR operator follows this truth table. Yes, there are a few other logical operators. We do have XOR, and then we do have NOT operator. We will discuss that a bit later, yeah, a bit later. The NOT operator and the XOR operator, we will discuss that a bit later, yeah. I will explain when we actually use with a proper example. At this point of time, we do not have knowledge on many other things like modules, functions, so it's a bit early to discuss those two operators. So what we do is we will jump to the special operators. Yeah, we will actually jump into special operators. Okay, we already know the plus operator. Plus is used for addition, right? We already know the plus is used for addition. However, both operand beside the plus must be a number. Number in the sense it has to be integer or float. Both operand must be, both operand must be a number. A number in Python, it has to be either integer or float. So look at this here, x is, so if I say print 10 plus 10, then it gives me 20. Okay, what if I have something like this? Car plate is equals to, car plate, yeah, is equals to XYZ. And car plate number is equals to 6524. So what is car number? I will say car number. Okay. What is car plate number? It is supposed to be XYZ 6524. Okay, right? It is supposed to be this. So what are we actually supposed to do? You're supposed to add a string with another string. Okay, so now what you want to do is, now what we want to do is add two strings. You cannot add a number with string. You can add a number with another number. So let's start from here, yeah? Let's start from here. You can add a number with another number. You cannot add a number with string, right? However, you can do string concatenation if both operand are string. You know, if both operand are string. Okay, now what we want to do is, okay, what we want to do is string concatenation. Okay, for that, both variable must be string. For that, both variable must be string. Here, car plate is string. However, car number is integer. So we already learned there is a function called str which can convert anything to string. So now what we're actually going to do, we're actually going to say str of car number. So we're going to convert the car number to string first. So we do the conversion. So type cast it first. After that, you can say car plate plus car number. So this is actually called string concatenation, adding a string with another string. Adding a string with another string. You know, you have first name, last name, and then you make it as full name. Then you actually do string concatenation using plus sign. Look at this. All right. So that is actually string concatenation. So we know how to do addition In order to perform addition, both must be number. We know how to do string concatenation. In order to do string concatenation, both must be string. Okay, that's fantastic. Next thing, yeah, the next thing, okay, times operator. You know, guys, give me a second, yeah, give me a second, yeah. Okay. Now, earlier we see the plus operator, yeah. Earlier we see the plus operator. Now we're going to see the star operator. Star is used for addition, right? However, both operand must be a number. So it can be either integer or float. So for example, you actually can say print 10 multiply with the 5, then you get 50. Of course, this one we understand clearly. Yeah, we understand clearly. Okay, now the next thing is you can multiply. Okay, you can multiply a string with integer. Okay, so star in that case, star is used to repeat the string n number of times. In that case, star is used to repeat the string n number of times. Okay, look at this, yeah. Product is equals to book. And what you want to do, you want to multiply the product with 5. Look at this. I can say product multiply with the 5. Then you will actually get book, 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 book 5 times. It gets repeated and you get book, 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 book. And this is actually very useful when you actually want to print a straight line. You actually can say straight line dash multiply with 60. Look at this, you get that straight line. So the star operator in Python is actually used to repeat a string. Yeah, it's actually used to repeat a string. Okay. All right. That's beautiful. Okay. There are few other very important operators. For example, yeah, I have fruits, special operators. So now we're going to talk about more special operators. Operators, yeah. Okay, fruits is equals to apple, orange, mango, banana, grapes. Okay, and I want to know whether grapes is inside the list. I want to know whether grapes is inside the list. Then I actually can use an operator called in operator. Right? In operator. So is grapes in fruits? Then it returns true. So what if I want to know whether durian is inside the list? So I say durian in fruits. Then it will return false. Yeah, it actually return false. Okay. Now I want to go up a little bit. Okay, remember, yeah, we discussed the logical operators and or. Yeah. So I said there is few more logical operators. One is XOR and another one is a not operator. Now it is time for me to discuss the not operator. Logical operator not. So this operator is also called negation operator. Negation operator. Yeah, negation operator. Okay, what is a negation? Okay, if the result of an expression is true, and if you add a not in front of true, it will automatically become false. Become false. So that is why we call this as a negation operator. Same thing, if the result of an expression is a false, and if you add a not in front of false, it will automatically become true. It will automatically become true. So look at this, yeah, look at this. Earlier we try grapes in fruits, right? You can also check grapes not in fruits. So I'm actually checking whether grapes is not inside fruits. Hey, no, it is inside the fruits. Then it will return false here. Look at that, it returns false. Okay, I want to create, so what I'm saying, grapes is not inside the fruits list. Hey, that is false. That statement is false. Okay, similarly, if I put here durian not in fruits. Durian is not inside the fruits list. Oh, that is true. Hey, durian is not in the list. So obviously that is true. The statement is true. The statement is true. Don't get confused. Yeah, just read the statement. So I'm saying grapes is not inside the fruits list. The statement is false because grapes is inside the fruits list. And I'm saying durian is not inside the fruits list. Yeah, it is true. Durian is not there. So it is actually true. So this is in operator, and we also learn the not operator, which is actually the logical operator. All right. Okay. Now, okay, I have a variable x is equals to 10. And then remember, yeah, I have y is equals to 10. So that means now the object 10 is created first, and object 10 is assigned to the variable x. Then object 10 is not created again, because Python will actually do a memory scanning, and then he managed to find the 10 which is already in the memory. So now Python will not recreate the object 10. It will take the same address location and assign it to x. Remember, yeah, yesterday we did learn this. Okay, when we actually study the variables, we actually learn that. You see, I said Python, every the literal, so it will actually do a memory scanning, that particular literal already exists in memory or not. So it will actually check if x is, it will reuse it instead of creating it, right? So in that case, right, so now x is 10 and y is a 10. If you want to compare the values, then we use double equal. So this is the comparison operator. If you want to know whether x and y are pointing to the same memory location, then we use a special keyword. Is. Right? Look at this. I will say print x double time equals to y, and then print x is y. So it's going to return true, true. Right? True. At this point, x and y are pointing to the same memory location. So both are actually true. Okay, now I want to give you one more example. Yeah. Fruits is equals to, okay, durian, rambutan, cempada, mangosteen. Right? And what I actually want to do, I want to copy these fruits into another variable. Local fruits is equals to fruits. As this is something really wrong, actually, you should not actually do. If you really want to make a copy of it, you should not actually do. Because we already know, if you have a list, if you try to create a list, this is how he creates the list. So let me copy this. Okay, and then I will go back and I will paste that image here, and then we're going to work on it. Right? So this is my fruits. Yeah, this is actually my fruits. Okay. Okay. So we already know this. Yeah, we already know how the list is actually created. So that's not the problem now. Now we have another problem. So this is actually my list and that is actually my fruits, yeah, fruits list. So that's actually my fruits list. So now what I actually want to do is, okay, I want to assign this fruits to another variable. So I'm going to say here, new fruits is equals to fruits. So I'm actually what I'm saying, okay, I'm actually saying new fruits is equals to fruits. So what will happen? It will actually create another variable here. It will actually create another variable here. And that variable is new fruits. And it will copy the content of the fruits. It will actually copy the content of the fruits inside the new fruits. Technically, yeah. What it does, it actually copies the content of the fruits variable inside the new fruits. So what it means? It means now the fruits and the new fruits are actually pointing to the same memory location. Uh-oh. Guys, indirectly, what is happening? Fruits is also pointing to the same memory location. Right? New fruits is also pointing to the same memory location. So if you change one variable, the other variable is also modified. Nice, okay, right? At this stage, okay, so in this case, fruits and new fruits are pointing to the same memory location. Right? In this case, fruits and new fruits are pointing to the same memory location. So please remember this, yeah, please remember this. So whenever you want to make a copy of the list, you cannot simply copy the two variables. You actually have to do something extra. You have to do something extra. We will discuss that later, yeah, but for now, please remember this. Yeah, please remember this. At this point, both variables are pointing to the same memory location. Yeah, same memory location. So I will go down, I will show the is operator again. Yeah, so this is the text. So I copied, okay, I copied, and then if I ask print local fruits is fruits, it says true, meaning local fruits and the fruits are pointing to the same memory location. True, meaning local fruits and fruits are pointing to the same memory location. So what is the result? Okay, result is, okay, remark here. remark is, if you modify or update one list, another list gets modified automatically. So that is the problem. How are we going to solve this? We will discuss this in the upcoming classes. But for now, we understand both variables are actually pointing to the same memory location. So the is operator is used to find whether both variables are actually pointing to the same memory location. All right, fantastic. Okay, since we learned the in operator, just now remember we learned the in operator. So that means inside the list, we have a couple of items and we want to know whether the item that I'm looking for is inside the list. Then I actually use the in operator. Similarly, I have, imagine, I have a array. My numbers is equals to, and I have all these numbers, okay, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And now what I actually want to do is, okay, I want to find whether all numbers in the list, I want to find whether all numbers in the list is even number. So my numbers, Boolean list, yeah, I'm creating another variable, Boolean is equals to, okay, now I'm doing it manually. But later, tomorrow, after we learn the for loop, I will teach you how to do it programmatically. But for now, we are actually going to do this manually. So 2, is it even number? Yes, true. 4, is it even number? Yes, so true. 6, is it even number? Yes, true. 8 is true. 10 is also true. So now we got the Boolean list, yeah? So what do we want? Okay, we want to find whether all numbers. So there is a built-in function in Python. We have a built-in function called all to check whether all items in the list is true. So now what you actually can do, you can just say print all of my numbers. Boolean, yeah, you cannot pass the my numbers. You actually have to pass the Boolean list. So look at this. It says true. So let's assume you have 11 here. That means you have false here. If you run it, it will say false because you have one false already. So it's not all the elements in the list are not even number. So it returns false. Okay, right? Guys, I want to put back to the true, yeah? Because I want to create true statements. All right, done. There's another one, yeah? There's another one, okay? My numbers, okay? And then I want to find whether there is an odd number, there is any odd number in the list. Whether there is any odd number in the list. So again, I have to create a my numbers Boolean. So you want to see whether got any odd number, not all, yeah, any odd number. So here it is false. and it is false. It is false. It is false because they are not odd numbers here. All of them are even numbers. So all become false, 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 false. In Python, we have a built-in function called any to check whether there is any one item in the list, whether there is any one true in the list, any one true in the list. So I have any here. Look at this, it says false because there is no true inside. But let's say I have 5 here. That means there is one true already, right? So it will return true now. Any true, yeah? Any true, any true. So we are checking whether the list has any one true. Fantastic. Guys, you can actually go up and then start looking into the typecasting and the operators, yeah? The chapters, typecasting and the operators. Let me restart and run all. Guys, all you need to do is you just need to refresh your site. Then you will actually see all this coding is coming out in your site, yeah? You will actually see that. So with that, we have completed our operators chapter. We have completed our operators chapter.